Okay guys, welcome to episode 13 of the One Car Junkyard. Again, we have a barbecued shell of a truck. This truck is actually a 2020 Ram 1500 four-wheel drive. You guys known by now, we're in Southern California. This truck was not involved in the fires, tragic fires that occurred a couple weeks ago. We've had this in our yard for a few months now. Anyway, let's walk around and take a peek. Obviously, it's pretty incinerated. Really not much left from the outside, and you know, the interior is completely gone. Got a rim and a tire. It's completely burned out. Got a hitch. Guys like that, dual exhaust. Got another rim and tire, burned all the way around. Something like this to the person you're getting from, you're doing him a favor by removing it, okay? You never spend money for something like this. You're usually going to get something like this from a tow company that removed them from the property, and they're charged a fee. So a lot of wrecking yards and tow companies have a mutual professional courtesy where they help each other out, and they can dump something like this in the yard, and then we'll process it. So what we're going to do now is show you the value underneath, okay? So let's go ahead and lift it up and see what we got underneath this thing. Okay guys, so obviously this thing is burned to a crisp. If you get underneath it, you're going to see some interesting things about this particular truck. Now this particular truck has got a European-made EcoDiesel. It's a 3-liter V6 diesel engine. It's European-made, and Dodge put them in their pickup trucks. Whether that's a smart idea or not, it all depends on your preference. And it's 4-wheel drive. So what I'm going to do on this truck is call my buddy who's got the independent yard, and I'm going to tell him, look, we got this 2020 EcoDiesel here, 1500. It's got a limited slip differential. It's got an intact drive shaft. It's got 2 big particulate filters. Those, what they use, particulate filters instead of catalytic converters for diesel applications for emissions. We got a transfer case, and we got a core motor. I've done my due diligence on these things, and there's a solid $2,000 worth of parts here. The engine's toast, but you could still sell this engine as a core because the bottom of the engine hasn't been compromised. The top of it has. But let's go ahead and take a look and show you the parts that I just described. We checked the codes on this. This is a limited slip, okay? As we move forward, we got a nice intact aluminum drive shaft. A lot of time guys are going to be out four-wheeling, and they get in a situation where they're really stressing the drivetrain out, and they'll actually bend these things and twist them. So this is every bit of a $300 drive shaft. See, it's a big aluminum tube. Guy had Bilstein shocks on it. That's kind of cool. So if we look underneath here, we got this big diesel particulate filter. Guys need those for, to pass emissions. Okay, here we have the transfer case. Okay, this is for a 4-wheel drive truck. So that's a transfer case. And then we go forward to the transmission itself. Didn't get too hot on the top. Here's another particulate filter. And there's the engine right here, okay? As you can see up there, it's all specialized. It's all diesel. So that's where the money's going to be at. My friend, he's not risk adverse, and he told me, you know what, I'll give you $800 for this thing. So I'm only going to touch it once. He's going to assume the risk. He's going to park the thing out and try to make some money. So remember, guys, even though it's ugly, there is still value. You just have to look for it. Okay, guys, let's look at the front of the motor here. That's a pretty unique harmonic balancer there. But if you look at it, burned hard enough to where it burned the timing covers off. But this is a steel block. So the block, I'm relatively sure, has not been compromised. That can be saved. That can be sent to a rebuilder to use as a core for a reman motor at some point. Okay, guys, hey, thanks again for watching the 13th episode of the One Car Junkyard featuring the Dodge 1500 EcoDiesel 4x4. Remember, the lesson learned here, guys, is it might be ugly, but it still has value. Like, follow, and subscribe for more.